Nails Next Top Nail Artist Pre-Challenge 2, sponsored by Swarovski, and I was given the job of creating a design based on the persona of Color Freak. So I began with sculpting some very long nails, and I did some that were stiletto and some that were a long coffin. My persona said that they didn't have a favorite because they just loved everything. So I figured a couple different nail shapes would be something that they would probably do. And I have some really dark green nails and some really peachy pinks. I began all of the designs by creating a little shadow of the animal that I was painting on them with either black or white paint. And so I also have a nail that has just kind of an Aztec style pattern, some really nice line work on it. And I did the outlines for that as well. So on the lighter nails, I used the black paint to create the little shadow, and on the darker nails, I used white paint to create the shadow, and using that white paint as a base made all of my bright colors show up so much better. So then I'm going to begin filling in each animal with their appropriate coloring. And instead of using red on these animals, I decided to use pink instead. And so I used pink, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, and just filled them in with all of those really nice neon vibrant colors. And after I have all those colors in, and those were all gel polish, I went back through with black paint and did some more finer detail work, and then a little bit of white paint for some highlights here and there. I use gold as a base for if it's an animal that's on like a branch that they're sitting on, as the base, and then I covered that with Swarovski crystals. The next one is going to be a cute little froggy. He's got a lot more of the green tones on him, some pink in his eyes, and just blend the colors, flash cure as needed. If I wanted some more pastel tones, I mixed a little bit of gel top coat with my bright gel colors to create a softer color to use, and more of like a watercolor type technique with those colors as well. Then go back through and add all of those little finer details on each one, the gold branch, and then once again encrust their branch with Swarovskis. And on some of them, I also added some Swarovskis around them if I thought that it was appropriate. This one is going to be a really bright little angelfish, and this one is actually my favorite out of all of these. I love that vibrant pink. I think he is adorable. Go back through, same thing, some white highlights, some black, and just kind of keep all of these animals so bright and colorful. I just wanted to make everything look like a rainbow. I was very inspired with this design to create something based on things that I love, because this whole thing reminded me of myself. I am definitely the persona of Color Freak. I can never decide which color is my favorite. I look at my gel polish collection and I am always just so overwhelmed by possibilities. And I figured, if I'm doing something that seems so much like me, I want to do something that I would love to wear. And I am an animal freak as much as I'm a color freak, so I wanted to represent that with all sorts of adorable little animal portraits across all of these nails. So that last one was a chameleon, and then I'm going to be working on a toucan. And after I have all of the colors on, I'm just blending them together. Like I said, flash curing often. I flash cured constantly throughout painting all of these. And all those colors are on at the black details. The toucan has a little bit more details painted on him than the other ones. There's a little bit more detail on his beak, and then a little bit more detail on his eye, as well as I did little feather marks all throughout the dark blue to give him a lot more texture. This nail isn't an animal. It's just a really, really pretty intricate frond, but that's also something that I'm in love with. I love palm trees and any kind of plant. I love anything that's living, I suppose you could say. So that one also represents me very well. And here's a nice little kind of a Aztec or a line work nail, again encrusted with Swarovskis. And then I've got another one of my favorites. I could say this about everyone, that each one is my favorite, but this one has all kinds of really bright, colorful beetles on it. Add the details. Every beetle is unique, so the angles of their legs are all different and their antennae are all different. Add some little polka dots on one of them. There's so many opportunities and so many different design cues that you can take from insects that's one of my favorite things to make. And then on a few of the nails, I started out with a base of a combination of foils that are very complementary to the colors of gel polish I used to fill in my animals. And on this thumbnail, I just went through and I encrusted it straight down the middle with a bunch of Swarovskis. This one, I burnished some gold chrome powder on top, and then created a snake pattern with matte top coat so that it had a matte shiny snake print on it, which is so pretty. I absolutely love this set. I'm so proud of it. I hope you guys love it as much as I do, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!